Hello, I'm James, and tonight's game is Slaves of Armok, God of Blood, Chapter 2, Dwarf Fortress, Histories of Greed and Industry, by Bay 12 Games, also known as Tarn Adams. Yes, this entire game was created by one person. This is an incredibly detailed game and very thorough. In fact, it's been said that it's less a game and more a world generator with a game in it. And to that end, let's create a new world. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm doing this because I kinda messed up the one that I meant to use for this. Welcome to Dwarf Fortress. Prepare to guide your stout charges to fortune in a world fraught with many perils. You'll begin by creating your world and watching the region's history unfold. Once this process is complete, you can prepare a group and send them out to seek wealth deep in the mountains. As you dig deeper and more citizens take up residence in your outpost, your doings will attract attention, both wanted and unwanted. Deal with challenges as they arise, and you might one day find that your humble settlement has grown to become a mountain home, the center of your civilization. Okay, and let's go with a short history so that we can get the world gen over with quickly and create the world. Creating Moon Usman's The Plains of Destiny. The world name is randomly generated, and the entire map is going to be procedural. Guardian Legends. Okay. And let's play this. Looks like one of the things disabled in the release is Adventurer mode. Just as well, it's going to do Fortress anyway. It is going to be 15 granite year 5 when we begin. Quick start and short tutorial. Would you like your fortress located in a forested, mineral-rich region of this world where you can play through a short tutorial? Non-interactive help will be available whenever you decide. Okay, let's do that. Zoom in on that one spot. That one tiny spot will be our fortress. Saving some world information. Saving adventure data. A dwarven outpost. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Olin Zithis. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the dingoes get hungry. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here, at this place. Odarimtar, Tunneledcastle. Strike the earth. Main controls. Your view is focused on one elevation at a time. To move the camera around, press WASD or hold the middle mouse button and drag the view. To change the camera's elevation, press E and C or roll the mouse wheel. Hold Shift to move faster. When your view is in the air above other tiles, you can see them below, but you can only interact with objects in your current elevation. The view will be dark underground until you begin mining. You can move the camera to the surface with the Surface button. The F1 hotkey will recenter on your wagon. You can zoom in and out of the play wheel by using left bracket, right bracket, control, mouse wheel, or the indicated buttons. It's time to get to work. Let's start by digging a stairwell into the ground. There may be plenty of hillside to dig into, but you'll want to seek wealth below the surface. Mining tasks are designated on the play area. Begin by clicking the highlighted Mining button. There are several ways to mine. Stairwells start at one elevation and are completed at the next. Click the surface. Move the camera down one level. Let's actually move down several levels. And click the underground. Reversing the order also works. Now we'll have to pause the game and let the miner finish the task. Press space to unpause or use the highlighted controls at the top of the screen. You should pause regularly starting out. See here, okay, the rock begins at this level. Let's make a safe place to work. Select regular mining mode. Move to the left of stair mining mode. Dig a rectangle underground big enough for a large stockpile and some workshops. Consider that most workshops are 3x3 squares. Mining through the stone layers further down may take longer, but it leaves boulders, which are essential building material. Later, you can consider making a meeting area in the Zones menu. Otherwise, your citizens will continue to gather by the wagon outside. The supplies on the wagon are in danger of being carried off by wild creatures. It's time to build a stockpile underground to unload them. Stockpiles are crucial to moving supplies around your fortress where they are needed. Stockpiles are placed with the Stockpile button. Click it now. Click the Add button, then click two corners of a rectangle somewhere safe to place your pile. Stockpiles can be placed both on the surface and underground. Once the pile is placed, click Accept and select the All option. Okay, let's first wait for the space to be cleared, so that I don't have to redesignate the stockpile. Okay. Wasn't kidding. Stone does take a while to dig. Okay, and looks like he went up for a drink. And he's back down. Or... Hmm. Okay. Tunis coal, limonite, hematite, talc. Nothing to catch in the central swamps. And a cat has adopted the miner. And it was raining for a bit. Okay. As you can see, the way mining does things is it targets any space adjacent to the miner and then goes to the nearest mining designated space. So we're going to be working on this area over here for a while, and then we'll go back to that island in the center. These walls are dolomite. Looks like. And a bit of hematite also. Now let's see what's going on up here. Dwarves are moving around, animals are moving around. And it's raining. I cannot place a zone to bring them inside. I have struck lignite. That's going to be useful later. Let's see if I can get the music going. Okay, apparently not. Okay, it's hungry now. Looks like someone's been fishing. And sleeping. For several days. Well, mining is exhausting work. And this is almost done, so let's get ready to designate. Okay, weather is cleared. Accept that as an all stockpile. And dwarves are now filling it up. With shelter ready underground, it's time to build. First you need building materials like wood or boulders. Before you start chopping down trees, you may want to create a designated wood stockpile. Haulers will also drop wood in your all stockpile unless you turn it off in the custom stockpile menu. Okay, let's turn off wood then. When you are ready, open the woodcutting menu. Let's build this wood stockpile down here first. Okay. Tree filling mode and designate some trees. Now we just need to wait for the woodcutter to chop down the tree. If the fallen logs are accessible, everyone will help store them in the stockpile. You can right-click to close woodcutting mode. Right-clicking closes most menus. If all your stockpiles are full, go ahead and place another one. You have struck hematite. It has started raining. Actually, let's make this a wood stockpile too. Just to get this out of the way quickly. Okay. Now that you have the building materials, it's time to start building. Workshops are one of many buildings you can place with the highlighted Build button. Click it now. Most workshops require that you building materials such as wood or boulders. If you have some wood stockpiled, you'll need to build a carpenter's workshop. Click Workshops, Carpenter, and place your workshop in an empty area on the surface or underground. Let's carve out some space for the carpenter workshop. also with the breaks for, I'm guessing, food? Yes, was food. What's that there? Hamster remains. Well, we do have cats around the place. And while we're at it, let's set up a refuse stockpile on the surface. Otherwise, things could start stinking. Refuse and corpses. This one does not accept refuse or corpses. And soon it won't be accepting wood either. Okay, and now let's build the carpenter workshop here. Using the closest material, drop it there. And okay, clicking the workshop. Does not seem to be advancing the tutorial. Strange. When unpaused, your worker should now build the workshop. Once the worker is done, click on the building to select it. Okay, the workshop has been constructed, but the tutorial is not advancing. The rest of the interface is now enabled. You can click on creatures and items, just as you can click on buildings to get more information about them. Click on a resident to see their needs, inventory, thoughts, relations, and more. You can also access information from the Citizens button. Okay, now that we have this area, let's build the wood stockpile. And make this stockpile wood none. The wood in this stockpile. Then build a hallway. And dig out a meeting area. Okay. Feel free to pause and check out the information. Right-click to dismiss the information sheet. Okay, this is much more convenient than it used to be. Relations, groups, military, thoughts, personality, overview, items, health, skills, rooms, labor, work details, workshops, locations, and work animals. Okay. Important and sometimes urgent information is given as alerts on the left side of the screen. There have been several already. Hover over an alert icon to see the information. Left-click on an alert for the centering options, and right-click to dismiss an alert. This is an example urgent alert. These are very important. Ignore them at your peril. You may need supplies before the coming of winter. To trade with the autumn caravan, you must build a trade depot from the Build menu. You need something of value to trade. Crafts are an easy way. Let's start with the trade depot first. Stick a trade depot there. Crafts are an easy way to make lots of trade goods quickly. Make the appropriate workshop with workshops, crafts. An obvious material to use to make the crafts is rock. If you dig down enough layers, you will find a near infinite amount of boulders of various kinds, as well as some rock gems if you are lucky. Gems can be cut at the jeweler's workshop and cross them on crafts and other items to add even more value. There's a lot more to learn. As you enter new menus, there will be information and tips. The Help button at the top of the screen contains more guides. Click it now and this tutorial will be concluded. The game is open-ended and you can do whatever you choose. If you'd like a goal, try to become a barony, then a mountain home. More likely your dwarves will starve unless you read the first few guides here. And remember, losing is fun. Okay. Now, let's resume and get started. Edit the task. Can't make any wooden crafts. Okay, the miner is idle, looks like. Don't know why, there's plenty to dig. Oh, storing. Okay, let's disable hauling. Do only assigned tasks. Digging now. Okay, let's look at survival. In order to keep your citizens alive in the unforgiving wilderness, they'll need shelter, drink, and food. Use the arrow at the top of this window to minimize the tutorial when it obscures your view. By now, you should have a room underground where your residents can hide from the creatures above. To make sure they spend their free time down there, you will need to use the Zones menu to create a meeting area. Later, you may try the Burrows menu to create a safe place for your civilians to hide when real trouble comes. Some essential tasks must be assigned from the Labor menu. Click here and make sure you have a miner, woodcutter, and fisher dwarf. Miners, woodcutters, fisher dwarves. If you haven't suffered any casualties, you should have these labors assigned already, but if one of these brave workers falls, you'll need to assign somebody to these duties. There are 2 ways to make drinks for your residents. The main way is by brewing alcohol. This is done by building a still from the Build menu. Okay. So we have the meeting area started. Absent alcohol and in warmer weather, you can designate a water source. In the Zones menu, add a river or pond, so that your residents have water to drink. You'll want one of these anyway for other purposes like cleaning and certain workshop tasks. You may find water underground. Okay, let's make this a water source here. And another one here. And while we're at it, let's pen up some animals outside. Assign a new or existing location to this zone. Okay. Okay, now we have this area. Let's designate it as a meeting area. Oh. Okay, and we have this is an example urgent alert. Some migrants have arrived. Mr. Sardonyx microclimate White Cheselton jet. Nothing to catch in the central swamps. It is now summer. Okay, and let's dig out a storeroom for the tavern, for this meeting area. Also, let's designate this zone. Don't areas you test your citizens will want to utilize rest or perform specific duties. There are several kinds of zones which you can see in the panel on the left. Zones are places much like stockpiles. Stockpiles, multiple zones can overlap. Certain zones, like bedrooms, can be placed several at a time. Just make sure you have furniture placed in rooms with doors or vertical entries separating each room before you begin. Okay, let's make this part of an inn. Constructive onions. They want 10 goblets and 5 instruments. Let's designate someone as the tavern keeper. And start building some goblets. Butler, cabin, cage, casket, chair, chest, crutch, door, floodgate, crate. Or maybe not. Nope, I cannot make goblets out of wood. Okay, it has started raining. Good thing we're indoors. Struck talc. The planter Zuntir Fathsesed and the woodworker Cog Likotabia have married. Congratulations. Okay, now let's build some more workshops. Okay, let's see what we can make here. Barrels, those are always useful. Not quite that useful. Palace information. Place information. Nobles. let's assign a manager. And broker. And a bookkeeper. Nobles and administrators. Here you can view your nobles, as well as assign your administrators, military leaders, and other officials. Militia commanders are assigned here. Once the first leader is assigned, subsequent captain positions will also appear. These can also be assigned from the squad menu. Certain important functions in your fortress can only be performed by assigned administrators, such as the manager and bookkeeper. Once they are assigned, you can create work orders, run a hospital, and count and appraise your ward. Nobles and certain administrators require rooms, and some may also make demands. Okay, I need a chair to make a study. Okay, let's make a chair. Let's make this floor up here. Let's start making some offices up here. Okay, and stockpile here. This stockpile will be a custom one. Here we will store food, all foods. Musical instruments. Goblets. And we will call this the Tavern Stockpile. And here let us build, let's place a chair here. And let us assign this chair as an office. For our manager. And then let's start making some more offices. Okay, now manager handles work orders. Once your fortress reaches a certain population, the manager must work in an office to validate work orders. And now let's about placing another chair for our bookkeeper here. Oh, right. Although it is a grim reminder of the winter hardships to come, the supply caravan from the Tongs of Nesh is a welcome sight. Their eyes are alight with the anticipation of inspecting the very splendid products of your industrious crafts dwarves. Take careful stock of your own stores. What these merchants offer might very well be the difference between a prosperous future and a slow and meaningless death. Joy. Okay. Since I don't have orders yet. Oh, here we go. Work orders are used to automate tasks in workshops. These work orders are set to complete a certain number of tasks and can be given start conditions. For example, you can create an order to make wooden bins if you are out of empty ones, to brew drinks if you are running low, or to make 5 statues every month. You can limit work orders to a number of workshops. You can also create work orders at specific workshops from their building sheet. The system is reasonably powerful, and you can eventually automate almost all of your production if you wish. Okay, let's try doing that then. Okay, in the carpenter's workshop, make a bed. If there are less than 10 beds and more than 10 logs. Restarts if completed, checked daily. And need to take care of something for a moment. And I'm back. Making beds for start if completed, checked daily. Okay, and there we go. Let's make another order. So at the carpenter's workshop, make barrels. Check daily. If there are less than 10 empty barrels, looks like I do the conditions right on the last one. Okay. Then bins. Blocks. That's another good one. the logs into blocks. Actually, let's go through and... Or, no, let's not do that just yet. Let's start by setting things up let's start by just making the necessary stuff. Okay, corkscrew, wooden spike, wooden ball, wooden altar. Don't need that, don't need that yet. Don't need that yet. Buckets. Bucklers, bookcases, cabinets, cages, caskets, chairs. Chests. Tables. Let's check those conditions on all of these again. Daily, 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 daily. Good. Okay. Training weapons, weapon racks, wheelbarrows. Right, buckets too. So another important one. Already have chest. Okay, that'll do. And then down here, let's start making a mason's shop. Or a stoneworker's Fortress shop. Diplomacy. I'm your liaison from the Mountain Homes. Let's discuss your situation. World is the same as ever. Make requests for next year's caravan. They'll charge more for these items, but they'll be sure to have them. Seeds are always useful. Let's discuss what we are willing to offer for your craftsmanship. Need for amulets and meat is expected. If you are able to provide some, the caravan will offer 194% and 214% respectively. Okay. In that case, probably be a good idea to make a butcher's shop. Probably up here would be a good place for it. Farming. Food and drink. Butcher. Go here. Oh, and speaking of farming, let's get started on that. Yes, it's much faster when not digging through stone. Who would have thought it? Okay, workshops, clothing, web, farming, farm plot. And let's see what this has to say about planting. There's some food on the embark wagon, and you can trade for food, but you can also grow your own. The wagon comes with some seeds, but as you might expect, these crops must be grown underground. Using mining orders, you'll need to carve out a rectangular area underground for your farm plot. The underground rectangle must be near the surface where there is soil, bone, clay, or sand. One level down should suffice before you hit rock. The highest mountain elevations do not have soil. Make sure to leave the ceiling above intact so the underground soil doesn't receive any sunlight. With the subterranean soil floor exposed, you can plant an underground farm plot. This isn't rich soil, but will suffice for now. Dig deeper to find better soil. Select Farm Plot from the Build menu. It's in Workshop's Farming Farm Plot. Place the farm plot on the subterranean soil. You need to select the crops to be grown each season. Click on the farm plot you placed for the farming menu. Okay, let's do wheat. No, let's make this an all plump helmet plot. Fertilize it every season. Dig out another plot. Okay, this one is waiting on construction. Let's dig out some more plots. Okay, and let's set up some work orders for the stoneworker's shop. Blocks. As long as there is non-economic hard rock, make 50. Let's close out the wooden blocks since it doesn't really do much. Okay. Stoneworker's shop. Make a rock quern. If there are less than 10 present. Actually, no. If this is clay, that's going to be somewhat useful. And not just because we can farm it. We can make a clay gathering zone. Just as soon as it's finished mining out. And then down here, we can start making some more workshops. While we're at it, let's make this a stone stockpile. The stockpile will accept stone, and it will accept stone and clay blocks. Set up another workshop. Alright, I was going to place a chair here. And let's also put a workshop on this spot here. Let's put a still here, maybe a kitchen later on. Okay, start on this rose quartz horn tiger. Winter is upon us. There's nothing to catch. Need plump helmet swan. The tame stray dog has given birth to 2 puppies. We have a water buffalo calf, and we have a kitten. Outpost liaison. Merchants have arrived and embarked. Some migrants have arrived. Okay, now I was going to put in a workshop. Specifically, I was going to build a kiln right here. Now the kiln is nearly done. Nothing to catch. Again. Still. And let's build a still right here. Actually, let's build these still. Using ginkgo logs. The farm plots still need worked on. lock you to planting. Still, let's create some work orders. Brew drink from plant. Conditions. As long as there is an unrotten fermentable plant present and an empty food storage item. Oh, and now let's not add a drinks condition. We want plenty of drinks. And then start digging space for a kitchen. Oh, and stockpiles mode. This should not take stone anymore. Okay, next up. Build a common dormitory. Making beds has been completed. Weather is cleared. Nothing to catch still. Struck green jade. Okay, and now let's start building some beds. Who's the closest? Keep building after placement. So, you know, probably make things a bit easier if I had a designated hauler. Let's go with the engraver. Oh, and I was going to build a kitchen too. And set out some tables in the kitchen, or in the tavern. let's add making tables. And it's starting to get late here, so let's call it. I have been James. This has been Dwarf Fortress. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.